The warning had echoed through the Galactic Council chambers 3 cycles ago, delivered by Ambassador Threx of the Iridian Collective. His words had been clear, his tone grave. Never assault humans. They do not forget. They do not forgive. They will hunt you to the edges of the universe itself. The Council had laughed. Commander Zekthor of the Krillian Dominion had dismissed the warning with a wave of his taloned hand. Humans? Those primitive apes who only achieved faster-than-light travel 200 rotations ago? They are irrelevant. The other council members had nodded in agreement, their various appendages gesturing dismissively. Then the Krillians made their mistake. Mia Chen had been 17 years old when the Krillian raiders attacked research station Kepler 442. She had been studying xenobiology, fascinated by the diversity of life scattered across the stars. Her parents worked in the hydroponics bay. Her younger brother Leo, only 14, had dreams of becoming a pilot. The attack was swift and brutal. The Krillians didn't want territory or resources. They wanted specimens. Living ones. They tore through the station's defenses like they were paper, their plasma weapons reducing bulkheads to molten slag. Mia had watched through a viewport as her parents were dragged onto a Krillian transport ship, their faces frozen in terror. She had held Leo as he screamed, held him as the raiders passed their hiding spot, held him as the station's emergency systems finally forced the attackers to retreat. 47 humans were taken that day. 47 souls stolen for whatever sick experiments the Krillians had planned. The Galactic Council offered condolences. They sent diplomats. They filed formal protests. They did everything except take action. So humanity did what humanity does best. They hunted. 20 years later, Mia stood on the bridge of the UHSF Retribution, a warship that hadn't existed when Kepler 442 fell. She was captain now, her face harder than the titanium hull surrounding her. Beside her stood Leo, her second in command, his hands steady on the tactical console. They had spent 2 decades tracking every ship, every outpost, every whisper of Krillian movement. The human fleet had grown from a scattered defense force into something the galaxy had never seen before. An armada driven by singular purpose. "Captain, we've got them," Leo said, his voice cold as vacuum. "The Krillian command vessel. Long-range sensors confirm Commander Zekthor is aboard." Mia's jaw tightened. Zekthor. The one who had ordered the raid. The one who had signed the death warrants of 47 innocents. "All ships, this is Captain Chen," she announced across the fleet channel. "We end this today. Remember Kepler 442? Remember why we're here?" A chorus of acknowledgments flooded back. The fleet wasn't just military vessels anymore, it was colonists, merchants, scientists. Humans from every walk of life who had dropped everything to join the hunt. Because that's what humans did. When you hurt one, you answered to all. The Krillian command ship was massive, bristling with weapons that could crack planets. But it was alone. Zekthor had grown complacent, certain that no one would dare challenge the Dominion's might. He had forgotten the warning. "Sir, we're detecting multiple jump signatures," a Krillian officer shrieked. 50 vessels. No, 100. Gods, they're still coming. Zekthor's compound eyes widened as the human fleet materialized from hyperspace like a swarm of vengeful spirits. 300 ships, from massive dreadnoughts to nimble fighters, all bearing the same insignia. A broken chain above the words, "Never forget." "Open a channel," Mia commanded. When the view screen flickered to life, she stared directly into Zekthor's alien features. "Commander Zekthor, 20 years ago you attacked research station Kepler 442. You took 47 humans. Do you remember?" Zekthor's mandibles clicked nervously. That was a minor operation, sanctioned by the Council for Scientific. "Do you remember their names?" Mia interrupted, her voice like sharpened steel. "Dr. James Chen, Dr. Sarah Chen, Yuki Tanaka, Marcus Powell. I can name all 47. Can you?" Silence. "We found them, you know," Leo added, stepping into view. "What was left of them? Your scientific research was torture. Vivisection, you killed them slowly." Zekthor tried to compose himself. "You cannot attack me. The Galactic Council will." "The Galactic Council did nothing," Mia said. "So we will." "You were warned, Commander. You were told never to assault humans. You were told we would hunt you forever." She leaned forward. "We weren't exaggerating. This is madness," Zekthor roared. "You would start a war over 47 individuals? They were nothing. Insignificant. And there it was. The fundamental difference that the galaxy could never understand. To us, Mia said quietly, every single life matters. Every person has family, friends, dreams. You took 47 someones from us. 47 universes of potential snuffed out for your curiosity. Her eyes hardened. And now we're taking payment. All ships, Leo announced. Weapons free. The battle lasted 17 minutes. The Krillian command ship, for all its power, never stood a chance against a species that had spent 20 years preparing for this single moment. When the human fleet departed, only debris remained and a message buoy, broadcasting on all frequencies. Ambassador Threx's words recorded and amplified across the galaxy. Never assault humans. They do not forget. They do not forgive. They will hunt you forever. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. There were calls for sanctions, for condemnation, for justice. But as Ambassador Threx stood before them once more, he simply said, I warned you. Humans are not like us. They do not calculate cost and benefit when it comes to their own. They do not weigh the value of revenge against the price of peace. Touch one human, and you will answer to all of them, forever. This time the Council did not laugh, and across the galaxy, species that had once viewed humanity as young and weak began to understand the truth. Humans weren't the strongest race, or the smartest, or the most advanced. But they were, without question, the most relentless. Mia stood in the observation deck of the Retribution, Leo beside her, both staring at the stars where 47 souls had been lost and avenged. Do you think they heard us? Leo asked softly. Mom and Dad? Mia placed a hand on her brother's shoulder. I think, she said, that wherever they are, they know we never stopped looking. That we never gave up. That's what makes us human. And in the vast darkness of space, the human fleet turned toward home, their hunt complete. But their message echoing through the cosmos like a promise and a warning combined. Never forget. Never forgive. Never stop hunting. That was the human way.